blocked by Brazil into the front row. Left side, Thomas, three-pointer good. Now he's going to back Anderson down. A little running jump look is good from Malik Ewing. Minute 5 to play. Arias, left side, going to launch a three, and he knocked it down. Dagger.
This is Hog Reaction. It's tournament time, and the road to the Final Four starts now. ESPN Arkansas and HitThatLine.com are bringing you all the madness this March.
And for the second straight year, the Razorbacks are headed for the Sweet 16.
Our exclusive coverage is brought to you by Foster Roofing.
I've got really good play.
Our coverage is also provided by Walk-Ons.
Hey, Kip hit that dagger spring, man. I let out a silly. I scared every deer and turkey around for miles.
Hog Reaction is also presented by Legacy Dental and Rogers.
What you saw is what he means.
And by Ozark Orthopedics.
We're playing a team in Arizona. Everybody knows. They may be the best team in the country, but it's one game. Let's go play and see what happens.
Hey, it's NCAA tournament time. If you don't think you can win it, then you shouldn't be in it. Let's go to work.
This is Hog Reaction.
The final score, 109-88. Arkansas season comes to an end in the Sweet 16. And alongside Matt Jones and eventually Ty Richardson will join us live from San Jose, California. This is ESPN Arkansas and Hog Reaction. If you want to join the show, you can text us 877-377-6963. And we've got Matt Jones along with us. And Matt, I've been doing this 36 years, and the only way that I know how to go through days like today is simply treat it like an Irish wake. We're going to laugh a little, we're going to cry a little, and we're going to get through it together. Matt, give me just just initial feelings after what is honestly probably the best team that Arkansas seen in 2025-26. We'll get Matt on here in a second, and there we go. Matt, can you hear me now?
You there?
There you are. Sorry about that. I hit the wrong button and actually shut you off there. But give me a quick, quick impression.
I think you're right on right there. It's a celebration. What a season. You know, if it was easy, everybody'd be doing it. There's only going to be one champion. You hung a banner. You put a trophy in the case. Be thankful, man. They were a joy to watch, especially the last month and a half of the season. Would they go 15-3 down the stretch? Arizona's a real team. It didn't take long to see how big and physical and dominant and just better they were at every position. You know, they were well-oiled. It's like a buzzsaw that just punched you right in the face, and wasn't much you could do about it tonight. But as far as the season goes, man, that was amazing. You got to just give them a hug, give them a handshake, clap for them, tell them you love them. They were a joy to watch all year.
They were a team that got better, probably peaked about 2 weeks ago. We're playing really well in the SEC tournament, walked into the NCAA tournament. It's kind of one of those teams that people thought could be sneaky good and might get hot and might make that run to the Elite Eight or the Final Four. When I sat down and I watched, and I've asked you this question literally every time that you and I do one of these, I ask the same question of you, and you give me the same answer every single time, which was, could Acuff carry them without a complimentary big? And he was going to have to do that tonight because Arizona's good at all 5 positions. And when he got inside, he got his points tonight, but Arizona took away literally everyone else.
Yeah, no, that's a real team. Like I was saying, that if we could redo our bracket after the first round, I would have had Arizona winning it. I have Arizona losing to Michigan in the Final Four, but Arizona's been the most impressive team. It's luck of the draw, you know. Texas got Purdue. You look at some of the other teams that were playing Iowa and Nebraska. You know, we there's some teams we could have beat on there. I think we just ran into the best team. And this is a game where you miss a guy like Carter Knox.
Yeah.
If you have your bullet right there, and Carter Knox is 100%. Nobody's 100%, but you know what I mean. If Carter Knox was healthy, this is a game when you miss a guy like that.
Yeah, Arizona was a bad matchup, and you know matchups in the tournament are everything. You know, last year used St. John's as an example. St. John's was Arkansas was a bad matchup for St. John's. Same sort of thing. They had bigs that could take care of things. Arkansas handled that nicely. This was going to be a little tough. Maybe the best backcourt Arkansas has seen, probably the best backcourt or one of the top 5 backcourts in the country. Burris was great. I mean, they did everything you needed to do, and in the moment, and Matt, you can speak to this better than any of us because you've been in the arena. Emotion got the best of Arkansas as things were starting to slip away. You didn't give yourself that chance at the 12-minute mark to maybe make a run, get it back to single digits, put a little pressure on Arizona. They started breaking down and committing silly fouls. Pringle gets the technical. Billy Richmond gets thrown out. It was those sorts of things that were kind of, I don't know, psychosomatic. It was one of those things that you just saw the frustration bubble over.
No, you're right. I wrote down. I like to take some notes when I watch the game, and there was about a 9-minute mark, 6-minute mark in the end of the first half, and it was like, hey, we got to put some pressure on them. When's Arkansas going to go on an 8-0 run and get it back to a 3-point game? Then again, about 14:58, body language. You could tell that it was kind of over in the second half. Kind of hanging your head a little bit. You kept thinking we were going to make a run because basketball is a game of runs. You know, you're going to make. We got talent. We'll make a run. We couldn't get any stops. I mean, that's the thing. Defensively, we were a mess, and Arizona knew it, and they did whatever they wanted to.
Matt, I made one note the whole game, and I agree with you about the defense. We can talk about that because that was kind of something that was an issue all year long. I made one note, and it was at halftime, which was you cannot let them start on a 6-0 run. And what happened? Right. They got the lead to 19, and they were pushing 20. And Arkansas would kind of chip away at it, and then they get it back out to 16 or 17. Arizona's as complete a team as I've seen, and I've watched a lot of them. I watch a lot of the Big 12. That is as complete a team as there is. Not going to say, not saying they're going to win it. I picked them on my bracket to win it, but that they've got as good a chance as anybody because they can play any sort of game. They can score 109, or like the other night, they can score 75 and win a game. They can do a lot of different things, and they can make you look really, really bad. They shot 63%. If they were at 67% until garbage time. I mean, they were knocking down 2 out of 3 shots. Going to be hard to win ball games when you can't, like as you said, can't get a stop.
Couldn't get 3 stops in a row. You have to be able to do that. You got to take a little pride in your game, and it's not that our team didn't play hard or we didn't play with pride. So don't misunderstand that. But you got to find a way, and there's just nothing we could do. I mean, we got outclassed. They were first to everything, and we were fighting. We were trying. It's just the better team won, and it wasn't even close. If this Razorback team played Arizona 10 times, Arizona would win 8. So, yeah, could we beat this team if everything fell right? I think so. But hey, that's what happens sometimes, and that you just got to tip your hat and move on. And be proud of this Razorback team, man. They like we said, they put a trophy in the case, and it was a great year for them.
8 3-point attempts from Arizona tonight. They hit 5. I don't know. I cannot remember the last time a team had under 10 3-point attempts and won a basketball game. That to me is striking in how they attacked.
Yeah, they did what they wanted. They had a good game plan, and I saw there was a couple plays we would run that we ran. Zach, I know you know him. If we had a video board and we were watching it, but we would run that backdoor cut where Acuff gives it up, then the big comes around, and they give it to Billy. Then Billy backdoor passes it to the backdoor cut to Acuff. They had the guy standing over there waiting on that. Like they scouted us. They knew what we were going to do, and then we were running some actions off some different things. But I thought their defensive game plan, they nailed it.
Yeah, Arkansas shot 48% from the floor. That's a good number. But Arizona comes out. They go 37 for 58 from the floor. That's 64%. 63% from beyond the arc, and they shot 39 free throws. And let's join Ty Richardson, who was in San Jose tonight. And Ty, was it as lopsided as it looked like? It just looked like Arizona from start to finish was a better team.
Yeah, guys, it could have been worse. Arizona, they took single-digit threes and had a few buckets that I thought were going to go in. But as Matt said, this was just a better team. When you look at who Arkansas lost to this season between Michigan State and Arizona and Florida, even if you want to lump Alabama in there, these are top-tier seeds. And while the Razorbacks had a really good season, when they went up to a team like this caliber, it didn't go well. And unfortunately, they lost their wits in this game tonight. I know they were frustrated. They feel like they didn't get some of the calls, but just didn't have it tonight. And I don't know how many times you have to play that team before you actually beat them, fellas.
One of the things that Arkansas has thrived on all year is the live ball turnover, getting out, getting on the wings, running, dunking, shooting threes, all of that kind of stuff. Arizona put a stop to that. And if you can't let a team like Arkansas get in gear, it's really, really hard for them to score points in the half court consistently. And I think that's what happened to them tonight. Arizona's size certainly bothered them. And when you can't get those easy transition baskets, Matt, you know this, it's hard to get in rhythm when you're constantly having to walk the ball up the floor and set your offense.
No, again, Arizona had a great game plan. Their physicality, I don't know if they're necessarily tougher, but they played more physical than we did. And hey man, that's like I said, I think maybe 2 out of 10 times we beat this team, and they did their thing. They did what they had to do.
That backcourt of Bradley and Burris, Ty, that is as good as it gets. I mean, for a combo, I mean, they can do a little bit of everything. Burris comes up with 23, Bradley 14, and they were constantly around the basketball, forcing turnovers, making assists, just doing everything you need a backcourt to do.
Guys, they missed a combined 7 shots on 22 attempts. I mean, one was 7 of 11, one was 8 of 11. Burris knocked down 2 of 4, 3. I'm looking at Pete's, but yeah, both those guys. You've got an older guy and a younger guy, and Bradley was a hound defensively. I thought one of the biggest things he did was just make Darius make tough shots all night. That is as good a defense that's been played on Darius Acuff as I've seen all season, whether it was Burris or Bradley or whoever was guarding him. They just made it extremely difficult. But yeah, that 1-2 punch was lethal, as was the other 4 guys in double figures. First times ever that's happened in NCAA history where 6 guys have 14 or more points. Toby Awaka, the kid from Tennessee a few years back. You had Koa Pete, who looks nothing like a freshman. I mean, they were just all over the place tonight, guys.
Matt, I'm going to ask you this because I noticed this early on, and I was texting back and forth with somebody as this was going on. What they were doing with Acuff was they were kind of letting him go until he got below the foul line, and then Karachenkov is coming over, or Pete's coming over to help, and they're basically leaving their guy. They're playing a little bit of a zone there. How difficult is that for a guy like Darius Acuff, who's used to getting to the basket so easily, to all of a sudden see a 7-footer standing in his way?
Yeah, they were running different guys at him. I almost equate it to like being a quarterback and you're trying to identify the mic, and then you're like, well, are they bringing 4 weak or are they bringing 3 strong? You know, where are they really coming from? And I think that they kind of kept him off balance a little bit. I agree with you. I thought the defensive game plan by Arizona was, hey, Acuff might get his a little bit, but we're going to make him struggle for it. We're going to make him grind for it. We're going to make him work for it, and that's what they did.
Arizona a winner tonight, 109-88. They're going to be moving on to the Elite Eight, where they will take on Purdue, who beat Texas earlier tonight. Ty saw that one. We're going to talk about this a little bit more. We're going to talk about the game tonight and where Arkansas goes from here, because there are some questions as we move forward. You're listening to Hog Reaction on ESPN Arkansas.
Listening to Hog Reaction. Our exclusive coverage is brought to you by Foster Roofing. Our coverage is also provided by Walk-Ons, Legacy Dental and Rogers, and by Ozark Orthopedics.
Walk-Ons is always a win, especially during tournament time. Whether it's a watch party with friends, a post-game celebration, or an easy night out, Walk-Ons has you covered. Enjoy scratch-made dishes, over 60 TVs at each location, and a full lineup of craft beers and cocktails. From po' boys and gumbo to voodoo shrimp, burgers, and fresh salads, there's something for everyone. Catch every game at Walk-Ons, your basketball headquarters this tournament season. Visit locations in Rogers, Fayetteville, Fort Smith, Conway, or Little Rock. Order online or in the app. Walk-On Sports Bistro for the win.
When you're playing a high-stakes game like home or property ownership, you can't afford to bet on the wrong roofing contractor. Shoddy workmanship, project delays, low-quality materials. You're taking a huge risk and trusting your roof to a professional. Make sure it's someone you can trust. Foster Roofing has been the leading roofing company in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley for over 30 years. Locally owned, fully certified, licensed, and insured, Foster Roofing is your trusted partner when it comes to roof repair, roof replacement, and new construction. Visit roofwithfoster.com today.
Save some green this spring at Rath Mitsubishi. We've been hard at work getting ready for warmer weather, and we've put our best roster of new and pre-owned cars on the ground, priced to move. Get rates as low as 0% for 72 months on select new Mitsubishis, or save thousands off retail on road-ready certified pre-owned, all makes and models, backed by a comprehensive warranty. With our non-commissioned sales team, painless pricing playbook, and the nation's top lenders, we've got the deepest bench around ready to take all the hassle out of getting your next ride. Venture off the beaten path at Rath Mitsubishi. Don Tyson and 71B, Springdale.
Bad things happen to good people. I'm Ray Schlegel with the Schlegel Law Firm. With over 20 years of legal experience as a trial attorney specializing in personal injury, criminal, and family cases, I've recovered over $100 million in compensation for my injured and disabled clients, handled serious criminal charges, and repeatedly resolved divorce matters to my client's satisfaction. My staff and I are here in your corner to fight for you and see that better days are ahead. If you've had a bad day, call Ray. For a free consultation, reach us online at baddaycallray.com.
Since 1956, Swift's Jewelry has been Fayetteville's trusted name for timeless beauty and expert craftsmanship. Whether it's restoring a cherished heirloom, repairing your favorite piece, or creating a custom design as unique as your story, our master jewelers bring brilliance back to life. Visit Swift's Jewelry next to Hugo's in beautiful downtown Fayetteville, where every piece is treated like a masterpiece. Swift's Jewelry, your personal jeweler since 1956.
Your time is important. Are you still wasting time going to the oil change shop? Why? Oil Ninja Mobile Oil Changes comes to you at home, at work, even during the game. Right now, get your first full synthetic oil change for just $74.99, up to 5 quarts. No waiting, no shop, no wasted Saturday. Take back your time. Book now at www.oil.ninja or call 877-OIL-NINJ.
You could win $500 every weekend just for witnessing the madness at Twin Peaks. And whether you had the top 4 seed making a deep run or falling in that first round upset, the best way to celebrate or move on is at your local lodge. So congrats on that game. Or sorry. Grab a 29-degree Miller Lite or Coors Light draft and post up at Twin Peaks and Rogers. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
We all plan to be on time, but fender benders, damaged windshield, and slick road quickly disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design personal protection plans that work for you and help keep you on track. Shelter Insurance.
479
479
521
521
4220.
4220.
It's Wes Pruitt from 4-Star Sports Media. Before they make it to the majors, they make their mark right here in Northwest Arkansas. The Naturals are about to light up the diamond, and 4-Star Sports Media has you covered on every base. From rising stars to unforgettable moments, it all starts here with 4-Star Sports Media. Podcasts, live shows, and expert takes, all in one place. 4star.live on web and 4-Star Sports M on X. Your 24/7 home for sports coverage from every possible angle.
Dents, door dings, or hail damage? Trust Specialized Hail and Dent Repair, serving the Ozarks for over 25 years. Right now, get half-price door ding repair with most door dings fixed while you wait fast. They specialize in auto hail repair, offer a lifetime guarantee, work with all insurance companies, and handle your claim from start to finish. Even helping coordinate a rental car. Call 877-774-4245. Visit SpecializedHail.com or stop by 702 North 2nd Street in Rogers, across from Harps. Specialized Hail and Dent Repair, restoring your vehicle to its dent-free condition.
Open 3 from the corner, and it's good.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, presented by Foster Roofing. ESPN Arkansas and HitThatLine.com are bringing you all the madness this March straight from the source. Our coverage is also provided by Walk-Ons, Legacy Dental and Rogers, and by Ozark Orthopedic. Call or text the program at 877-377-6963.
Darius, left side, gonna launch a 3. Knocked it down. Dagger.
What you saw is what he beats.
This is Hog Reaction.
109-88, the final score tonight. Arkansas season comes to an end in San Jose, California, in the Sweet 16 for the second straight year, alongside Matt Jones and Ty Richardson. My name is Zach Arns. This is ESPN Arkansas and Hog Reaction. And Matt, I was just perusing social media just a minute ago. I'll get both of y'all's thoughts on this one. Lot of pointing fingers at the referees. A lot of, hey, we didn't get this call. This would have changed. They're pointing out the 39 free throws. This is what I would say. You guys tell me if I'm right or wrong. Arkansas has no low post presence. 0. Ewan and Pringle gave you 14 points and 6 boards. Pringle gave you 6 and 1. Without a low post presence, without somebody down on the block, you're not going to draw a lot of fouls when you become a jump shooting team. And that's what Arkansas became tonight. 5 for 23 from beyond the arc. When you're not driving to the basket or you're settling for jump shots, you're not going to draw fouls. We saw Arizona all around the block tonight. Arkansas just wasn't there.
Yeah, I don't think we can blame the refs on this one. Did some calls probably not go our way? Yeah, that happens in every single game. Our bigs, man, there was a second there where Nick Pringle kind of, I don't know, about a 2-minute stretch where he was like, you're like, wow, what was that?
Yeah, where's this been?
Yeah, and then Malik Ewan had a little stretch early. I don't know. I think we just got outclassed everywhere. It wasn't on the officials. It was just Arizona's the best team left in the tournament, and that's just how it went tonight. I don't really think there's one thing we could say, man, if we'd have done this one thing better, we would have won. It was a collective. There was 5 things we didn't do very well, and we got beaten in a lot of areas. Arizona was just they were the better team. I mean, they didn't have a starter shoot under 50% tonight.
No, they didn't. Ty, was the frustration palpable?
Oh, yeah, it was boiling over. I mean, I was sitting right behind Arkansas's bench and between the players, the coaching staff, and really anyone else that was involved in the program. It was frustrating. Their frustrations have boiled over in a few games this season, unfortunately. But I'm with Matt. Like, yeah, there was a call or two where I just kind of looked at a friend and I was like, did they really just do that, or what did they not see? Like, I felt like there was a play that Billy got fouled they didn't call. But at the end of the day, God, I mean, you got shelled pretty good in this game. And I don't think a call or two would have changed the outcome. Arizona's top to bottom better than you. For really, I mean, you look at the guard play, you look at their wings, you look at their front court. There's not a lot of weaknesses with this basketball team, and there's a reason they've only lost 2 games by combined 7 points all season.
I don't know if you all saw this or not, but I was checking because the Billy Richmond, the F2 and the ejection, it didn't look. It did. I don't think that's the entire reason. That foul. That was. I mean, it was a hard foul. It was a foul. You got to call it what you have to call that. I think that was an accumulation foul. He had a couple of instances where there was an extra shove, a punch, an elbow, something like that. That's the only way that thing goes from just a hard foul to an F1 to an F2. It had to be an accumulation.
Yeah, no, I agree, and Billy was frustrated. I heard him talking to officials. He wasn't saying anything derogatory or outlandish or anything like cussing or anything, but it looked like he just felt like they missed the possession or two before. And I think what the officials in this situation were trying to do is set the tone. It's like, hey, we need to end this now because they were a play or two away from something bad happening. And it was like everyone was jawing. Bradley was jawing with Malik Thomas. Toby Walker was jawing with Malik Ewan. Yeah, I mean, it was just back and forth. It wasn't like one particular Arkansas was just on the wrong side. Considering, and I understood why they did that. Was that a flagrant 2 foul? No, I don't believe so. But like you said, it was a build up, not just from Billy, but the game itself. And honestly, I'm surprised they shook hands at the end of that game because I was thinking there might have been something that could have happened. Luckily, nothing did.
Yeah, it was physical, and again, I think Arkansas was getting frustrated. Look, Arizona took advantage of it. I mean, they were yapping just enough to get under their skin, and Arkansas kind of unraveled there at the end. And you hate to see it because, as Matt said, it's been a great season. It was a fun season, and you hate to see it end this way. But sometimes you just got to, you know what, these guys are better than us, and there's just nothing we can do about it. And you pack up and you go home and you get ready for next year.
Yeah, no, I think now Cal was talking about it. He was getting asked about what the roster composition is going to look like. He's got to figure out who's coming back, who's staying put. But I mean, I think we know the first 2 years of John Calipari. I know Jonas Aidoo was injured a good chunk of last season, and I know we saw some spark and some bright points from Malik Ewan, and Nick Pringle's injured, but you got to address the front court situation. The guard play hasn't been the majority issue, especially this year. Darius and Malik were fantastic at times. I know Malik didn't have his best game today. Darius was hounded throughout, but that is if Arkansas is going to get to a point where you really feel like they're a Final Four contender, they have to address the big boys. And through 2 years, guys, this has not necessarily felt like a John Calipari front court. You know he's got it. You know he can do it because of all the guys that he's had in Lexington and also Memphis, and heck, Marcus Camby in UMass. But it just hasn't been that way necessarily with the big boys in Fayetteville.
Yeah, and I don't. You weren't on when I asked. I ask Matt the same question every single time we do this, which is, can Acuff, a 6'2" guard, carry you into the in the tournament without the help of a big? And Matt always says, no, you gotta have somebody to ride along with you. And Acuff is a superior talent, but he can't beat a team like that by himself. And that's really part of I think that's part of what this team became towards the end. They became very Acuff dependent. And Matt, you know this. You can't when the shot clock's winding down, you just can't hand it to Acuff and say, go get us 2. It just he might get you. It might happen every now and then, but it's not going to work consistently against a team like that. Ty, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Did we lose Matt?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay. No, and Matt's right. And listen, he mentioned earlier, Nick Pringle had a little pop in his step. You could tell he was ready to be back out there. I thought I know he fouled out and he got that technical, but that's as much energy and effort as I've seen from Nick this season. He had a couple of ferocious dunks, and I was happy for him because it's like, okay, he could be maybe possibly contributing to this team doing something special. Obviously, it didn't amount to what we thought it could be, but you've got to, when you look at why Arizona and Michigan, and if you want to throw Duke in there, you can. And Florida was, but they just lost because their guard play didn't get them there. It has to be a combination, and that's why Arizona, between Awaka and Krivas and then you look at Koa Pete. Koa Pete doesn't look like a freshman. That kid's 6'8", and he is built like a truck. Arkansas definitely needs to get some guys that can be forces along with the 3 outstanding 5-star freshmen that they're bringing in.
Yeah, the roster composition with Calipari is always interesting because we can just, you're throwing darts at a board. You're going to have a bunch of 5 stars. You're going to have a bunch of guys come in. Everybody wants to play for the guy. But he's got to sort through this and figure out. I agree with you. He's got to find some front court, or this just isn't going anywhere. You can't play in today's game without bigs, and they tried it this year. Ewan and Pringle had moments, but Pringle towards the end really just faded. Ewan gave him some big moments in the SEC tournament, but overall, I think they're going to look back at this and say those 2 guys were a big disappointment. And Brazil had his moments. But I don't think he was. I don't think he was consistent.
Yeah, what Cal said about him in the post game, Zach, is we needed him to have a great game today, and he had a good game. But there were some plays, and I think about his shooting. TB had a lot of open shots tonight, and just wasn't able to knock him down. And that was the whole thing leading up to this game, is because you were talking about the Arizona's half court defense is like when they get set, it's so difficult to score on them. So the only way you're going to get something on these guys is knocking down threes, and the Razorbacks just didn't have it tonight. You had it in the last game of the NCAA tournament against High Point, but the length, the meeting the ball and the catch, getting over screens. That is I know Arkansas scored 80+ points, but efficiency was not Arkansas' strong suit tonight, and that is a clinic on how to defend one of the best offensive teams in college basketball, which is Arkansas. Thought Arizona did a great job tonight.
Absolutely. All right, so we're done. We're gonna do we're kind of done with the postmortem. We're gonna talk about how this thing is gonna spin forward. We'll do that in the next segment. We'll get Matt back on the phone and continue to talk about it. If you want to join us, 877-377-6963 is the phone number. This is Hog Reaction on ESPN Arkansas.
Listening to Hog Reaction. Our exclusive coverage is brought to you by Foster Roofing. Our coverage is also provided by Walk-Ons, Legacy Dental and Rogers, and by Ozark Orthopedics.
Hey folks, Chuck Barrett here, the voice of the Razorback. And if you're ready for freedom from glasses or contacts, there's only one name you need to know: McDonald Eye Associates. Whether it's LASIK, clear lens exchange, or advanced cataract surgery, they've got the solution to help you see your best, no matter your age. Doctors Betts and Mengarelli are the real deal. Two of the most experienced surgeons anywhere. They've even taken care of my eye. And now I'm seeing the basketball court crystal clear. I'm so glad I chose McDonald Eye. And you will be too.
Do you feel that, Arkansas? The Lotto jackpot is now more than $1 million. Why should you care? Because this $1 million+ prize can only be won in Arkansas. There are 2 Lotto drawings every week, and the jackpot keeps growing until there's a winner. Join the fun and play Lotto today. A $2 ticket could change your life. Get yours in stores today. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
It's March, and that means madness at Casano Chicago-style pizza. Catch every game on every screen. This is your tournament headquarters. Cold beer? Yes, please. Enjoy $8 pitchers and drink specials running all tournament long. And introducing Chili Madness, featuring the all-new Frito Chili Pie Pizza and a lineup of bold, chili-inspired appetizers you've got to try. Great atmosphere, great drinks, great food, every game, every round at Casano Chicago-style pizza. Visit Casano'sPizza.com to find your nearest location.
Hi, this is Eric Mabry with Halo Wealth Management. We represent clients all over Arkansas, including ESPN Zone Tie. We're based right here in Rogers. When was the last time you made a forward-thinking tax decision? Our clients do that. When was the last time someone explained to you how Medicare works? We do that. Call our team at Halo Wealth Management today, 479-335-5496, or visit our website at halowealthmanagement.nm.com, guiding your wealth with care every step of the way. Halo Wealth Management. Financial representatives do not review tax advice. Consult a tax professional for tax advice that is specific to your situation. Eric Mabry uses Halo Wealth Management as a marketing name for doing business as a representative of Northwestern Mutual.
Bad things happen to good people. I'm Ray Schlegel with the Schlegel Law Firm. With over 20 years of legal experience as a trial attorney specializing in personal injury, criminal, and family cases, I've recovered over $100 million in compensation for my injured and disabled clients, handled serious criminal charges, and repeatedly resolved divorce matters to my client's satisfaction. My staff and I are here in your corner to fight for you and see that better days are ahead. If you've had a bad day, call Ray. For a free consultation, reach us online at baddaycallray.com.
Well, it's 2026, and with the warm winter we've had, spring weeds are coming soon. Now's the time to sign up with Lawn Pride of Northwest Arkansas and lock in the best deal on your 2026 lawn care plan. Sign up for 7 or more services by March 1st and get the first application free. The Lawn Pride team knows Ozark soils inside and out, providing expert weed control, fertilization, and aeration to keep your yard healthy all year long. Be the envy of your neighborhood when that spring green up hits. Call 479-241-2180 or visit lawnpride.com/Northwest Arkansas today.
Who's the MVP of your March Madness party? If it's not the House of Webster and Rogers, you're running the wrong play. Our brand new dill pickle salsa delivers a slam dunk of bold, tangy flavor that'll have your guests cheering louder than Hog fans in March. And don't wait on our elderberry jelly. Sweet, rich, and perfect for glazing, spreading, or gifting. Make a fast break to our gift shop today and tell them Angela sent you, and you'll receive a free, delicious gift. Or visit thehouseofwebster.com and order your favorites online.
A friend is someone who knows where you came from. Someone who always shows up when you need them. Someone who's there for the good times and the challenging ones. With comprehensive insurance policies backed by award-winning customer service, Shelter Insurance is committed to being there when you need us most.
Call my friend J.T. Finley at 479-521-4220.
Open 3 from the corner, and it's good.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, presented by Foster Roofing. ESPN Arkansas and HitThatLine.com are bringing you all the madness this March straight from the source. Our coverage is also provided by Walk-Ons, Legacy Dental and Rogers, and by Ozark Orthopedic. Call or text the program at 877-377-6963.
Darius, left side, gonna launch a 3. Knocked it down. Dagger.
What you saw is what he beats.
This is Hog Reaction.
109-88, the final score. Arkansas eliminated in the Sweet 16 for the second straight year. Alongside Matt Jones and Ty Richardson, I'm Zach Arns. This is Hog Reaction. You can get in touch with the show, 877-377-6963. And I believe I have Matt back. Matt, can you hear me? Ty, I don't, yeah, he can hear us. I can't hear him.
I can't hear him either. Matt?
Yo.
Oh, there he is.
There
okay.
he is.
All right,
there we go.
I know it's 12:40 in the morning, so I'm not quite with it. But let me ask you this, because you guys are the perfect people to ask. At the beginning of the season, you looked at the roster. This is Cal's second year. This is a roster that he handpicked. eliminated in the Sweet 16? Are you content? Are you disappointed? Are you upset? Where are you?
Man,
Matt, go ahead.
Well, I think he gets an A. I think he gets an A for this year. SEC tournament champs. You got to get a couple dudes with an ass on them. Like Janai Broome. Janai Broome had a 22-inch vertical, but he was a big body. Got to get like a Nwoko from LSU. Got to get a guy like Awaka from Arizona. You think about Texas Tech last year. What happened? The last 8 minutes of the game, they went down low and big-bodied us.
Yep.
We're not physical enough. We don't have a big body. We have the guard play. This is like when you miss a guy like Carter Knox and a couple bigs down low that are kind of physical. We don't have that, and he hasn't had that for a while.
Ty?
I wholeheartedly agree. You got to get some meat on the bones, and I love athleticism as much as anyone. I love the dunks. I love what you had, but you saw girth tonight, and Arkansas has not had that the first 2 years of John Calipari. So you've liked your wing play. You definitely liked your guard play from Darius. Maybe another stretch four. Obviously, TB's not going to be here next year. So, yeah, I think that's priority number uno. And Cal, one of the things Cal did say, guys, yesterday and today, he kind of echoed it again, is the freshman he's bringing in Jordan Smith and J.J. Andrews and Abdou Toure, he feels like they're going to be physically better defensively with those guys. I don't know. I mean, you're always kind of like you alluded to earlier, Zach, you're always kind of wondering when freshmen come in, but that he at least has confidence from a physicality standpoint that those guys will be ready to roll once they step on campus.
They're guards and wings. Again, we're having the same conversation again. Matt. I mean, you correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you're talking about a portal guy. And I've said this since the day the portal opened. You're in the portal for a reason. It's either you're looking for more money, you're not as good as your star ranking, or something went wrong and you haven't lived up to your potential. There's very few guys in the portal where you go, this guy, they go from being an A-plus player to an A-plus player somewhere else. It's very, very rare. And this is what they're going to rely on next year. And I don't know. I knew Arizona was bigger, and I knew they were more physical, and I knew they were going to give Arkansas problems, but it was striking how much bigger and how much more physical they were tonight. And Matt, I mean, you tell me, when you get dominated down low, it is really, really hard to win a game by shooting jumpers from the outside.
Yeah, you're onto something there. Our offensive game was limited tonight, and a little bit of it is with depth. And I bring up Carter Knox again because I think Carter Knox is an extremely good player. I think he's a first-round draft pick if he's healthy and doing his thing. He could have matched up a little bit with the wings. And to Ty's point, you have those freshman guards and Malik Thomas and Acuff, and yeah, they're good, but they just haven't been in the college off season yet. You make that thought. Look at guys like Billy Richmond, his freshman year, and then the jump he made from his freshman to sophomore year. I think those guys would make jumps too. Now Darius is gone. Who knows what Malik's going to do? But if he comes back, I think the defensive side maybe could be a strength of his next year.
He's interesting because every mock you see has him somewhere between, say, 15 and 30. And that's outside the lottery. That's, outside the really big money. He's a guy that needs another year, but he may be presented with something that just he can't turn down.
Well, if you're a first-round pick, you say you got to go because that's guaranteed. If I was his father, if I was his agent, if I was somebody who loved the kid and cared about him, I'd say this isn't 1984 basketball. This is a game where you can make $2.5 million playing 40 college basketball games on the best team. Chill out for a second. Let's work on your craft and work your thing. Because don't be scared and say, well, am I not going to be good enough next year? Then you're never going to be good enough. So stay in college and make $10 million over the next 3 years. So we live in a different age where it's not necessarily a bad thing to say, hey, I had to go 2 years of college basketball. Tim Duncan went more than 2 years of college basketball. He's one of the best NBA players I've ever seen.
You want to get in on this? You can text the show 877-377-6963. Ty, you follow this closer than literally everyone. And year over year, when I was in school, we knew who was coming back next year. We honestly have no idea which of these players will be back next year. I think we can make projections. Obviously, Acuff is gone. We think Billy Richmond will probably come back. Malik Thomas is probably gone. After that, is there a player on this roster you think has to come back in order for them to be successful, or are we cutting bait and saying, okay, we're going to start over again?
I think you want DJ back. I would like to see Carter come back to campus. I just don't think he's going to. I don't know why I have that gut feeling. I haven't been told anything by anybody. I've got a sinking feeling that we've seen the last of Carter Knox in a Razorback uniform. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of new faces. I would think you'd like to have Malik Ewan back to get him on campus. But the most important, in my opinion, the most important player that you need back here next year is Billy Richmond. I know his season ended prematurely tonight with that flagrant 2, but he is so vital to any team based on the way he plays both ends of the floor. And we saw him excel offensively this year at times, which I didn't know he had it in him. I thought he was just going to be a role player throughout the majority of his career. But, guys, a lot of times he was like the second option when Malik Thomas wasn't cooking, and Darius was still obviously first. But, yeah, he would be number uno, guys, getting back to campus, Billy Richmond.
They got to find a consistent second scorer. They got to find somebody. You can't – Matt, you correct me if I'm wrong on this. But under Musselman, they didn't know who the best player was going to be every night. It was somebody was going to step up and do something. You knew Acuff was going to give you what he would give you every night. They didn't have a second option that you could go, okay, this guy is going to give you 17 every single night, no question. And to me, that was one of the biggest things. Like, you could let Acuff go do what he wants, shut down everybody else, and you're going to be okay. Matt, I mean, is Billy Richmond that guy? To me, he's a defensive guy, but he can give you 10 to 15.
Yeah, no, that's a lot right there. I think it's because there's some deficiencies with some other players. Malik Thomas is not that athletic. He would be the worst athlete in the starting 5. Billy Richmond, not really a shooter. So teams know that. They understand your tendencies. They understand how to kind of take you out of what you like to do. I like Malik Thomas. He's crafty. He has handles. He can do some cool things on offense. But it just shows that there has to be work, has to be done. Look at the last 4 NBA drafts. There's like 4 to 5 players out of the SEC go in the first round. So all these first-round picks, they're getting bad advice. There's not going to be 19 guys from the SEC going in the first-round draft. So everybody, and then there's not 5 guys on this Arkansas team that are going to go in the first round. There's going to be like 4 or 5 guys in the SEC that are going to get drafted in the first round. That's like the average that happens. So I would tell everybody not named Darius Acuff to come back and play college basketball. Where's Carter Knox going to go? Is you guys think he's going to go to the NBA? Nobody's going to take him in the first round this year.
Trevin Brazile is complicated because he's had games where he's looked fantastic, and then you have a game like tonight where he goes for 7 and 6, picks up 4 fouls, goes 1 for 7 beyond the arc. What is, I hate the word legacy, but how are we going to remember Trevin Brazile during this run?
One of the most awesome athletic players to ever wear a Razorback uniform. One of the best help side defensive players. His length, unprecedented. You're not going to get another Trevin Brazile. It'll be 20 years before you have a guy like that. He was amazing. Does he have some faults and some limitations in his game? Yes. But man, he was an absolute joy to watch.
Yeah, TB is an interesting guy. He gave a one-word answer in the post game. I was thinking about asking him a question. I was just like, I don't think he's up for it tonight. But I just think you think about the John Calipari era thus far, and he's the only holdover from us. I mean, you didn't think you were going to have any of the same players, and I guess Lawson Blake, if you count him, but the guys that actually produced and did stuff for you on the floor. So TB is a guy that I think you're really appreciative of. 2 straight Sweet 16s. He was a part of the team that went in 23, but he was injured with that ACL. So I'm going to remember fond things of Trevin Brazile as one of the best dunkers in Razorback. Is dunker a word, by the way? One of the best dunkers in Razorback history.
I mean, it is tonight.
It's 12:50. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, we had one of the best dunkers in Razorback history.
We're going to continue to talk about it. Arkansas goes down tonight 109-88. You are listening to Hog Reaction on ESPN Arkansas.
Listening to Hog Reaction. Our exclusive coverage is brought to you by Foster Roofing. Our coverage is also provided by Walk-Ons, Legacy Dental and Rogers, and by Ozark Orthopedics.
In this part of the country, it's a way of life. You're going about your day without a cloud in the sky. Then suddenly, you find yourself wondering how solid your home really is. With over 30 years of certified experience, let our team give you the same assurance on a stormy night that you feel on a clear afternoon. Before the downpour, before the leaks, call Foster Roofing, serving Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley since 1994.
Your child falls at practice. You wake up with sudden back pain. Now what? Ozark Orthopedics is here when you need them the most. Visit one of their orthopedic urgent cares Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. for fast, specialized care. Or use the free HURT app anytime, day or night, to get injury advice from an orthopedic specialist. Ozark Orthopedics delivers expert advice in minutes without the wait and expense of an unnecessary ER visit. Download the free HURT app today or visit ozark-ortho.com.
Hey folks, Chuck Barrett here, the voice of the Razorbacks. And if you're ready for freedom from glasses or contacts, there's only one name you need to know: McDonald Eye Associates. Whether it's LASIK, clear lens exchange, or advanced cataract surgery, they've got the solution to help you see your best, no matter your age. Doctors Betts and Mengarelli are the real deal, two of the most experienced surgeons anywhere. They've even taken care of my eyes. And now I'm seeing the basketball court crystal clear. I'm so glad I chose McDonald Eye, and you will be too.
When you're ready to ask the question that changes everything, let Swift's Jewelry help you find the ring that says it all. From dazzling diamonds to custom designs that are uniquely yours, Swift's has been creating unforgettable engagements since 1956. Our expert jewelers will guide you through every step of the way so that you can focus on the yes. Swift's Jewelry, your personal jeweler since 1956, in beautiful downtown Fayetteville, where your forever begins.
If you work the land, Wheeler Power Sports and Kawasaki want to work for you. The Kawasaki Agriculture Sales Program is delivering exclusive farmer incentives on Kawasaki off-road vehicles. Save $250 on a brute force. Save $500 on Kawasaki mules. And $750 on Kawasaki Ridges. This program runs through March 31st, and it can be combined with any other Kawasaki promotion. All you need is a registered farm ID, ag tag, exemption, or co-op membership. Wheeler Power Sports in historic downtown Fort Smith, keeping the good times rolling since 1967.
Whether you're feeding the office or hosting a watch party at home, Honey Baked makes it easy. From their famous Honey Baked hams to delicious sides and sandwiches, everything is fully prepared and ready when you are. And now, meet something new, Honey Baked Prime Rib. It's USDA choice, perfectly marbled, expertly seasoned, and pre-cooked to simply warm and serve. Perfect for meetings, game nights, or any gathering where great food matters. Pre-order today for easy pickup at Honey Baked in Fayetteville or Bentonville, or order online at honeybaked.com. Honey Baked, easy to serve, easy to enjoy.
Superstars Joe Klein and Pat Bradley for Arkansas's #1 sports app, Bet Saracen.
Joe, you know the main difference between Bet Saracen and those other guys?
Definitely. Easier to navigate. Always good parlays. Plus lots of fun choices. Like ping pong. Right there on the app.
But the real difference are those special promos.
Get $250 on us with your first $25 wager.
Gambling problem? Call 800-GAMBLER.
You've been dreaming of that new workshop, horse barn, or extra storage space? Now let Sutherland's make it a reality. Hi, this is Jeremy, sales manager at Sutherland's. From deluxe post frame packages to custom horse sheds, we have it all. And the best part, you don't have to lift a finger. Our expert crews handle the entire installation. Quality you can trust and service that's been family owned since 1917. 4 stores in Arkansas: Fort Smith, Huntsville, Hot Springs, and Stuttgart. Visit Sutherland's.com or stop by your local store today for a free estimate. No matter the project, we're here to help, because at Sutherland's, home starts here.
You do your best prepare for life's what-ifs. Having the right insurance agent matters. Farmers agent Nathan McIntyre is here to help you understand your coverage options and make sure you're protected where it counts. Whether it's home, life, commercial insurance, Nathan provides personalized service. Call Farmers agent Nathan McIntyre today at 479-282-1688.
We are farmers.
Underwritten by farmers. Truck or fire insurance, exchanges, or affiliate products not available in every state.
Kitchen demo, bathroom redo, pipe removal. This project list looks worse than my basketball bracket.
At least your bracket is supposed to be fun.
Not when the plumbing is an underdog.
Why are you even stressing? Just call Paramount Plumbing. We've used them for years for the little odds and ends, but they handle the big stuff too.
So they can actually fix this mess?
Yep, around Northwest Arkansas, they're basically the #1 seed when it comes to plumbing.
Give Paramount Plumbing a call, 479-790-8427. Proudly rooted in Northwest Arkansas. Neighbors helping neighbors since 2012.
This open three from the corner, and it's good.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, presented by Foster Roofing. ESPN Arkansas and HitThatLine.com are bringing you all the madness this March straight from the source. Our coverage is also provided by Walk-Ons, Legacy Dental and Rogers, and by Ozark Orthopedic. Call or text the program at 877-377-6963.
Darius left side, gonna launch a three. And he knocked it down. Dagger.
What you saw is what he beats.
This is Hog Reaction.
Back here on Hog Reaction alongside Matt Jones and Ty Richardson. Ty's in San Jose. He was at the game tonight. Ty, I know you had a chance to watch the Texas-Purdue game that happened right before the Arkansas game. That's a heck of a ball game. Purdue coming to the 2 seed, coming in with a 2-point win over Texas.
Yeah, Kaufman got away with a shove at the tail end of the game, and no call, and Purdue moving on. Matt Painter and company, good season for Texas, concluding wise. The way that Sean Miller and company were able to get this team to a Sweet 16 and a play or two away. I don't know if you saw Tremont Mark. He had a bad, what looked to be an ankle injury, and apparently one of their guards guys was playing with a broken foot that he broke in the Gonzaga game tonight. So tough kid. I don't feel often a sense of, oh man, this team gutted it out when it comes to seeing that burn orange. But I will say, watching those guys and hearing kind of the aftermath of what they've been dealing with, I was a little like, God, this is a tough team.
That's a team that got better as the year went on. I mean, they got blown out when they came in here. But, Matt, did you get a chance to watch any of the Illinois-Houston game? That was 24-22 at the break, ends up 65-55 Illinois.
Yeah, I thought the football teams were out there for a second. No, I didn't. I actually I like Illinois, but I had Houston in that one for sure. But Illinois's got another freshman that's going to be a lottery pick. So that's going to be a tough out right there.
Yeah, they're an interesting team. That's a team that, again, is getting better as the year has gone on. Big day for the Big Ten. Iowa beats Nebraska. I don't know if you guys watched any of that. It was 67-up with like 3 minutes to go, and Iowa closed it out on a 12-4 run to win the game. The 9 seed Iowa in the Elite Eight. That's a team that I don't think anybody had making it to the Sweet 16, much less the Elite Eight.
Yeah, and Iowa, guys, hasn't made a Final Four since, I think, 1980. Illinois, I guess, I think early 2000s when they had that really good team with Dee Brown and Darren Williams and company. It's coached by Bruce Weber, so that's going to be awesome. I think Illinois got the better of them earlier this season, so it'll be a great rematch here coming up.
Yeah, Iowa has one of my favorite players of all time. Roy Marble was a swing guy for them in the mid '80s, and then Matt, you're probably old enough to remember those Illinois teams from the late '80s, early '90s with Marcus Liberty and not Stephen Bardo. It was Liberty and gosh, I can't remember. Lou Henson had a loaded team that was number one. For a long, long time before Michigan knocked them off in the tournament. But tonight, can we say the Big Ten is the best league in the country?
Ooh, man, Big Ten's definitely they're deep. They got some bigs, man. It might be the year of the bigs. They have a guard or two that can play, and then they have these Euro 4s and they have they're very technically sound. They don't mess up. They're not like Brazil where they're just going to jump over you and dunk, but they're guys that can shoot. They're guys that can do a one dribble move, and yeah, I mean there's some good talent. I still think, and I said it after the first weekend, Arizona's the best team in the tournament. I don't know. Somebody's going to have to play perfect basketball to beat Arizona this year.
And, guys, think about Arkansas's exits recently. 2021, you lost to the eventual national champion in Baylor. I know Duke didn't win it all in 22. You lost to UConn, who won it all in 23. Tech, I know, lost to Florida the next game. But I'm with Matt. I just think, and maybe Michigan, but I think Arizona's just going to win the whole stinking thing. So that means 3 of the last 5 NCAA tournament exits which would be against the national champion. So that's that's just a string of bad luck.
On the one side of the bracket in the Elite Eight, the Big Ten has 3. They have 3 of those teams. Then you flip over to tomorrow's games. You got Michigan and Michigan State still alive. I mean that is a I thought the Big 12 was the best league all year with Houston and Iowa State and Arizona, obviously. I thought that was the best league. But, man, the Big Ten's making a statement here in the tournament. Michigan's gets Alabama tomorrow. That game's at 6:35. And then the late-night game is Michigan State-UConn, which should be just an absolute war.
Which way do you see that Michigan State-UConn game going, guys?
Michigan State. I love when Izzo gets into this, like the Sweet 16 and the Elite Eight, his teams are always – you're going to have to beat them. They're not going to beat themselves, if that makes sense. They're not going to make a ton of mistakes.
See, I really dislike Fears, and I don't like Hurley by any stretch of the imagination, but I think UConn's only lost like one game lately, and that was to St. John's. I'm going to take the Huskies to move on in that one.
Most intriguing game to me is Tennessee-Iowa State. I think that game is going to be absolutely – that's going to be a wonderful display of basketball.
I got St. John's over Duke.
Yep.
I think their physicality is going to mess with Duke a little bit. I kind of wonder about that. Do you guys think I'm crazy, or do you think
It's a
Duke
30-win
rolls?
basketball team. I mean, St. John's has won 30 games. I mean, it's hard not to think it's a fluke. That's a very, very good basketball team.
Yeah, St. John's has just an identity behind Coach Pitino. So and Duke has not looked great. I know they've won 2 games, but Siena gave them all they wanted, and TCU made it a game for 30, 35 minutes. So I would like to see St. John's win that game.
Can they shoot enough? Can they hit enough outside shots? That's the thing. That their physicality, I think they got it, but can they hit enough shots?
That's the $1 million question, is whether or not St. John's can shoot it from outside and get Duke to expand a little bit and spread the floor. Because if not, Duke can just pack it in. They're big enough down low to keep the bigs from St. John's from doing a ton of damage. Can Bama get past Michigan?
I think it stops here. I think it stops here. I think Michigan is just a little too good for them.
Yeah, I think Michigan takes them. I just don't think Alabama has the size to compete with the Wolverines. I mean, they're very similar to Arizona. They got good guard play, good wing play, and they have good post presence. That's a salty team, Zach.
Are we done with the tournament now that Arkansas is out? Everybody's just kind
of
no.
No.
Okay, you're going to stick with it. Okay, good.
I have to. This is the most college basketball I've watched in 20 years. It's not the Razorbacks. Last weekend, I bet I watched 12 games, and then watching all the games today that I could. I'm going to watch again tomorrow.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Now, boys, it's 1:03 in the morning. Some of us are traveling tomorrow, so we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit more Arkansas basketball. We'll talk about the tournament a little bit. You're listening to Hog Reaction on ESPN Arkansas.
You're listening to Hog Reaction. Our exclusive coverage is brought to you by Foster Roofing. Our coverage is also provided by Walk-Ons, Legacy Dental and Rogers, and by Ozark Orthopedics.
Walk-Ons is always a win, especially during tournament time. Whether it's a watch party with friends, a post-game celebration, or an easy night out, Walk-Ons has you covered. Enjoy scratch-made dishes, over 60 TVs at each location, and a full lineup of craft beers and cocktails. From po' boys and gumbo to voodoo shrimp, burgers, and fresh salads, there's something for everyone. Catch every game at Walk-Ons, your basketball headquarters this tournament season. Visit locations in Rogers, Fayetteville, Fort Smith, Conway, or Little Rock. Order online or in the app. Walk-On Sports Bistro, for the win.
Hurt your wrist on the pickleball court? Rolled your ankle chasing the game-winning play? Ozark Orthopedics is here when you need them the most. They've got orthopedic urgent cares open 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday in Bentonville and Fayetteville. And get the free Hurt app for 24/7, 365 days a year injury advice from an orthopedic specialist. With Ozark Orthopedics, you get answers fast and avoid unnecessary trips to the ER. Download the free Hurt app today or visit ozark-ortho.com to learn more.
Dents, door dings, or hail damage? Trust Specialized Hail and Dent Repair, serving the Ozarks for over 25 years. Right now, get half-price door ding repair with most door dings fixed while you wait fast. They specialize in auto hail repair, offer a lifetime guarantee, work with all insurance companies, and handle your claim from start to finish, even helping coordinate a rental car. Call 877-774-4245. Visit SpecializedHail.com or stop by 702 North 2nd Street in Rogers, across from Harps. Specialized Hail and Dent Repair, restoring your vehicle to its dent-free condition.
Are you looking for the ultimate hangout in Northwest Arkansas? Head to Birdie and Brews, where fun meets the fairway. Catch the Hogs on our big screen TVs, grab a drink from our self-serve tap wall, and challenge your friends in over 35 sports and games with our full swing simulators. From football to zombie dodgeball, and yes, play the most famous golf courses in the world. Whether you're a scratch golfer or just in it for the laughs, Birdie and Brews is the place to be. Reserve your bay now at birdieandbrews.com or call 479-439-0848. Birdie and Brews, putter in hand, beer on demand.
Hey folks, Chuck Barrett here, the voice of the Razorback. And if you're ready for freedom from glasses or contacts, there's only one name you need to know: McDonald Eye Associates. Whether it's LASIK, clear lens exchange, or advanced cataract surgery, they've got the solution to help you see your best, no matter your age. Doctors Betts and Mengarelli are the real deal, two of the most experienced surgeons anywhere. They've even taken care of my eye. And now I'm seeing the basketball court crystal clear. I'm so glad I chose McDonald Eye, and you will be too.
Did your AC struggle to keep up last summer? Is your system more than 20 years old? It might be time for an upgrade. Enjoy lower energy bills and a worry-free summer without scrambling for repairs during the hottest days of the year. At Varsity Zone, we offer free estimates, free second options, and flexible financing to fit your budget. Upgrade now and receive a year of free maintenance plus a free smart thermostat. Call 479-437-6096. That's 479-437-6096 today and experience the Varsity Zone difference.
Hi, this is Mike Threlka with Cedarview IT Solutions in Northwest Arkansas. I've been in the IT business for 25 years. I can help you with servers, networking, workstations, Wi-Fi, custom databases, and more. I can save you money over your current IT provider. For examples and other information, please visit my website at cedarviewit.com. That's cedarviewit.com, or you can call me at 479-601-2606. Cedarview IT Solutions. Your problems whimper at my solutions.
I have people skills.
Game day, work day, or any day, Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue has you covered with 100% oak smoked meats served by weight so you get exactly what you want. Hosting a crew, Rudy's group meals are perfect for parties, office lunches, or tailgates. 3 meats, 3 sides, all the fixings, and yes, even a tablecloth. And don't forget breakfast tacos every morning until 10 a.m. Made to order, or they've got grab and go for the whole team. Visit Rudy's at 4084 MLK Jr. Boulevard in Fayetteville. Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue, smoking good every time.
Dog Party USA has been voted the best boarding and daycare facility since 2007. Located in the heart of Northwest Arkansas, this woman, veteran, and locally owned business has everything your pup needs to have a great time. With 5 acres, indoor and outdoor play areas, an agility yard, and a swimming pool, there's something fun for every size dog. Trained pet care technicians supervise play groups 7 days a week, equipped with the latest air purification technology and cleaning protocols to keep your dog safe. Visit the website at dogpartyusa.com for more information.
On the road to the game or anywhere life takes you, accidents don't take a timeout. From fender benders to hail damage, you need a repair team you can trust. Courtney Hollingsworth Auto Body has been family owned for over 40 years and proudly holds an iCar Gold Class certification, ranking them in the top 15% of collision repair shops nationwide. From dents and dings to hail damage repair, their expert technicians will have your car looking like new. Schedule your estimate today. Go to CourtneyHollingsworth.com.
Up to Thomas, open 3 from the corner, and it's good.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, presented by Foster Roofing. ESPN Arkansas and HitThatLine.com are bringing you all the madness this March straight from the source. Our coverage is also provided by Walk-Ons, Legacy Dental and Rogers, and by Ozark Orthopedic. Call or text the program at 877-377-6963.
Darius, left side, gonna launch a 3. He knocked it down. Dagger.
What you saw is what he beats.
This is Hog Reaction.
109-88, the final score. Arkansas eliminated in the Sweet 16 of the 2026 NCAA tournament alongside Matt Jones and Ty Richardson. I am Zach Ard. This is Hog Reaction on ESPN Arkansas. If you want to text 877-377-6963, it is 1:09 in the morning. And boys, we're slowly wrapping this up. But I've got to ask you, Matt, because I'm going to be traveling tomorrow. Did you do AAU ball?
I did. I played for the Wings for a couple years.
Okay. We're traveling tomorrow down to Duncanville, Texas, to Tyrese Halliburton's tournament.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be down there for this thing.
Iowa State guy.
Yeah, this Puma NXT tournament.
Nice.
Now it's gonna be wild down there. But this is the time of year when I always carry an AAU bingo card with me when I go to these things. Matt, what's the weirdest thing you've ever seen during an AAU tournament. Now, last year, I'll be honest with you, there was a fight in Bentonville. We were in that gym. We were just on a different court. Our girls were not involved in that. So a lot of fights. Mike Neighbors and he would send me bingo cards all the time. But you get a lot of people in the stands yelling, well, my kid is ranked, or mismatched jerseys. One referee, refs on the phone during the game. All of these things have happened.
Man, AAU, that brings back some memories right there. There's definitely some wild events, and I think when you're young and you're naive, you're kind of taking it all in and you're playing. But yeah, I've seen people get thrown out of games. You've seen people get up yelling like "Meet me in the parking lot." No, AAU's where it's at, man. That's where you go home.
We had a guy get arrested during the third quarter of a game. They took the coach out, took him out in cuffs. That was that happened. It's been an eventful. I find the culture of AAU just absolutely fascinating to me. But we're heading down for this thing. There's like 30 teams in this tournament. We're one of them, and I can't wait because it's just it's AAU season, and I know I'm going to see something that I'm going to come home chuckling about, and it will kill 2 segments on our show.
We played a team from Maryland, and we were in 7th grade, and homie comes out with a mustache, and he's dunking the ball in 7th grade, and you're like, yeah, that's not fair.
I was just reminded by somebody. This is the true story. We were playing in a tournament. Now I am sitting. I'm sitting on the far left-hand side. If you're looking at from half court, if you're looking at the stands, I'm on the far left side. I just sit in the I sit in the corners. I don't say anything, don't do anything. And I could hear what sounded like music, like in our gym, like during our game. There was a team that had a guy with a karaoke machine, and he was rapping during the game. It was one of the funniest things I've ever seen. And I'm like, you know what? This is why I come here. This is why I come to do these things. Because AAU basketball, and it's gotten more bizarre as it's gone on. Every team has skills or elite, and skills with like 3 Z's. But it's a lot more. It's a lot less. I guess a lot less formal, Matt, than when you played.
Sounds a little bit like dodgeball. Like you got Globo Gym, and then you got skills to pay the bills. Right. I dig it.
Yeah, there are teams with camo uniforms. And I heard you and Phil talking this week about the mismatched shoes. You called them fishing lures. My daughter was listening at the time, and she's very upset with you. But she said that the mismatched shoes, that's actually a style. It's called the Nike Grinch. And apparently it's the same shoe, but they're different colors. You have to order them that way. You don't have to order like 2 pairs of shoes. But it's I don't like it. I'm with you on that. I thought your shoes match your uniform, but apparently the kids like it.
Yeah, I thought maybe I'm a Grinch. I don't know. I'm man, my pops being a coach, just being around it. You wear I don't care what shoes. You want to wear Jordans, you want to wear Jason Tatum's, you want to wear Steph Curry's. I don't care what the shoes you want to wear. You can wear team colors or you can wear white or black. That's what you get to choose from.
Matt, you played from grade school all the way through college. How many pairs of shoes did you have that my daughter calls them that were active during your career at one time?
Man, that's so when you get older, Zach, you get more shoes in the cubby hole, and when you're going through camp and you're doing running drills, you're doing certain things. You'll wear a pair of shoes and then you put them up. Once you practice in them like 2 or 3 times. You put those up, those are game ready. Then you break in another pair, and when you first get a pair of shoes on, you learn this. You always wear 2 pairs of socks the first 2 days you're wearing those shoes, especially if you're going to be in them for more than 2 hours because you don't want to get a blister on your foot. And then after that, then you can go back to 1 pair. But it's just little things you learn as you go on.
This will drive you nuts. Her team colors are black and gold. She's wearing pink shoes. She has a set of shoes for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
I love
it. She has 4 different sets of shoes, and these aren't even the shoes that she'll wear. Then she has her summer shoes, and then I have to order her a pair during basketball. Her when she gets to Springdale next year. It's going to be absolutely bizarre. Ty, how many pairs of shoes did you have active?
Basketball wise, just 1.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
And my dad, like, there would be some excessive, and I don't know how much y'all spent on shoes growing up. I think the most expensive basketball shoes I've ever bought were like $60, $70. We used to get them discounted through an outlet that worked with the school, and I was never big into that. I wanted my Nike Elite socks. That was about as into my generation as it was with that. I didn't really care about my kicks. I just wanted them to be able to fit and feel good. I wasn't a big style guy with my shoes back in the day.
I think the most expensive pair I ever had was a pair of David Robinson Nike pumps.
Nice.
I think they were about $80, and I can guarantee you, all the shoes that I wore growing up don't total one pair that she's worn this year. I guarantee you. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, I understand the technology and all that kind of stuff, but Matt, when you guys were talking about it, I was texting Phil. I'm like, there's an entire website that players go to. You create an account, you log in, you have to kind of give your credentials or whatever, and they review shoes. And they've got like thousands of grades on these shoes from players. And Matt, you wore cleats and shoes, and you would understand this better than most. But it's from grip and how they hold up when you transition and you move and run and all of this stuff. They give them grades, and there's thousands of reviews on these things. And my daughter will go through them religiously. The players know exactly what they're putting on their feet. When I was a kid, I mean, it's like, whatever mom brought home that day, well, let's throw it on and I'll just go to practice.
No question, man. I think I had a pair of those David Robinsons. Scottie Pippen had some shoes early on before he really kind of got his thing going. They were like either the Nike Force or the Nike Air Max, but those Robinsons. Charles Barkley had some that were pretty solid. But yeah, man, my like what Ty said. My pops being a coach. We kind of had like whatever the team shoe was. It was $65 or something.
Yeah, not 480. That hurt. But yeah, it's and Matt, I guess it's if you look good, you feel good, you play well. Is that what I'm going with? That's how I justify
right?
This is because I ordered 3 pairs for her. She's got one. I got to bring them to her when we get down there, but. My goodness, the equipment. I guess it's cheaper than baseball and the $700 DeMarini bats and all of that kind of stuff. I guess. We're gonna put a bow on this thing because some of us are gonna jump in a car and leave here shortly. Matt Jones, Ty Richardson. This is Hog Reaction on ESPN Arkansas.
Listening to Hog Reaction. Our exclusive coverage is brought to you by Foster Roofing. Our coverage is also provided by Walk-Ons, Legacy Dental and Rogers, and by Ozark Orthopedics.
Receipts everywhere, invoices stacked up on the desk, and the taxes. Keeping your books does not have to be this frustrating. Bookkeeper Plus in Rogers brings you the control and precision to your bookkeeping that you bring to the job site. Call them today at 479-354-5552. Serving Rogers and all of Northwest Arkansas. Bookkeeper Plus, turning bookkeeping chaos into business control. Don't miss the NWA Golf Show, April 11th from 10 to 4 at the Northwest Arkansas Convention Center in Springdale. Catch Fairway Chat live from the stage with PGA coaches and golf insiders sharing their tips and stories from the game. Hang out at the ESPN Arkansas Fan Zone and 19th Hole Lounge and watch the Masters. Connect with friends and meet fellow golfers. Explore the latest gear, demos, and exhibitors from across Northwest Arkansas and test your skills in the putting contest for a chance to win prizes. Tickets are on sale now at NWAGolfShow.com. The NWA Golf Show, April 11th at the Northwest Arkansas Convention Center in Springdale.
Hey folks, Chuck Barrett here, the voice of the Razorback. And if you're ready for freedom from glasses or contacts, there's only one name you need to know: McDonald Eye Associates. Whether it's LASIK, clear lens exchange, or advanced cataract surgery, they've got the solution to help you see your best, no matter your age. Doctors Betts and Mengarelli are the real deal, 2 of the most experienced surgeons anywhere. They've even taken care of my eye. And now I'm seeing the basketball court crystal clear. I'm so glad I chose McDonald Eye. And you will be too.
Kitchen demo, bathroom redo, pipe removal. This project list looks worse than my basketball bracket.
At least your bracket is supposed to be fun.
Not when the plumbing is an underdog.
Why are you even stressing? Just call Paramount Plumbing. We've used them for years for the little odds and ends, but they handle the big stuff too.
So they can actually fix this mess?
Yep, around Northwest Arkansas, they're basically the #1 seed when it comes to plumbing.
Give Paramount Plumbing a call, 479-790-8427. Proudly rooted in Northwest Arkansas. Neighbors helping neighbors since 2012.
Walk-Ons is always a win, especially during tournament time. Whether it's a watch party with friends, a post-game celebration, or an easy night out, Walk-Ons has you covered. Enjoy scratch-made dishes, over 60 TVs at each location, and a full lineup of craft beers and cocktails. From po' boys and gumbo to voodoo shrimp burgers and fresh solids, there's something for everyone. Catch every game at Walk-Ons, your basketball headquarters this tournament season. Visit locations in Rogers, Fayetteville, Fort Smith, Conway, or Little Rock. Order online or in the app. Walk-On Sports Bistro for the win.
Save some green this spring at Rath Mitsubishi. We've been hard at work getting ready for warmer weather, and we've put our best roster of new and pre-owned cars on the ground, priced to move. Get rates as low as 0% for 72 months on select new Mitsubishis, or save thousands off retail on road-ready certified pre-owned, all makes and models, backed by a comprehensive warranty. With our non-commissioned sales team, painless pricing playbook, and the nation's top lenders, we've got the deepest bench around, ready to take all the hassle out of getting your next ride. Venture off the beaten path at Rath Mitsubishi. Don Tyson and 71B, Springdale.
Driveway Service. Professional technicians, fully synthetic oil for only $74.99. This March, don't sit on the bench with your car care. Take back your time with Oil Ninja Mobile Service. Call 877-OIL-NINJ. Book now at www.oil.ninja or call 877-OIL-NINJ. Take back your time. Go Oil Ninja.
We have a simple formula at Shelter Insurance. Provide personalized coverage at great rates with local agents to help you choose the coverage you need. And if the unexpected happens, fulfill our promise to be there when you need us most. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Commandant Jackie Ferry.
479.
479.
521.
521.
4220.
4220.
Acuff to Thomas, open three from the corner, and it's good.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, presented by Foster Roofing. ESPN Arkansas and HitThatLine.com are bringing you all the madness this March straight from the source. Our coverage is also provided by Walk-Ons, Legacy Dental and Rogers, and by Ozark Orthopedic. Call or text the program at 877-377-6963.
Darius left side, gonna launch a three, and he knocked it down. Dagger.
What you saw is what he beats.
This is Hog Reaction.
109-88, final score tonight. Arkansas loses in the round of 16. Matt Jones, Ty Richardson wrapping this edition of Arkansas Hog Reaction on ESPN Arkansas. We're wrapping this one up, and the last one of the year, boys. We've done a bunch of these, and Arkansas going to finish the year 27-9.
Dude, how fun! I'm serious. I know we talked about this a while back ago. We could have been doing the post game for Mississippi State if we were born in a different lifetime. And how fun was it this year? There was this special team. This is a team we'll talk about 10 years from now. People will still talk about players off this team, man. It was pretty cool to watch and be a part of, and fun working with you guys.
Yeah, I agree. And just from an excitement standpoint, I mean, you think about the dunks, you think about the high-flying alley-oops, a Sweet 16, which Arkansas gets in for the 5th time in 6 years. Definitely a team that we'll remember, and one of the best players we've ever seen grace a Razorback uniform, and Darius Acuff, fellas.
Fair to say that the Sweet 16's the floor now? That's the expectation?
Man, I wonder, have you guys seen the kid that John Wall handed the Gatorade Player of the Year award to? Like, you don't want to put too much pressure on kids. But, yeah, it seems that way. It seems like this is a team that no matter how you start, kind of what's going, Coach Cal kind of has the formula down to peak in tournament time. And, I think nothing less than a Sweet 16 again next year.
Yeah, Matt, I'm already thinking about what Jordan Smith's going to be for this team. And I know Darius is probably going to wait a few days before he announces he's going to the draft. But I know Cal talked about in the press conference that, you used to go away, take vacation and whatnot, but now you got transfer portal stuff to deal with. So I guarantee you he's already kind of getting things together, as is his coaching staff, to see how this team forms for next year.
I think they're in a spot where they can kind of sit back and let the players come to them. I mean, you're going to obviously reach out, but I think they're going to have the pick of who they want, because there are obvious help wanted signs in that front court. And any front court player who's thinking about jumping into the portal, I think would consider Arkansas, especially if they've got dreams of playing in the tournament.
When you guys talk about a front court player, what would be the thing? Do you want a front court guy that has a post-up game and has one move? Do you want a front court guy that can really spot up and shoot the three? What do you look? Do you want a guy that can, that's going to be physical and get what are you looking for in this front court player?
Well, I think you need a couple of them, Matt. Like TB's gone, so you need a stretch four. You might need two. Pringle's gone. You need kind of a more of a force and defensive rebounder. And then maybe you get another guy. Just again, Cal talks about the 8 or 9 players, and you think about Darius and Malik going. We'll see what Carter ultimately ends up doing, but you kind of have to factor if you want to be guard and wing heavy or front court heavy, and I think you could definitely use a little bit of characteristics of all those things you just alluded to.
Rim protection and low post defense. That's that to me is what you need. Is you need a banger, a Johnny Broom. That's the guy, the body type you're looking for. Adu was supposed to be that guy, and he didn't turn out to be that guy. Ewan was supposed to be that guy. He didn't turn out to be that guy. They need a proven commodity down low that can get. Am I asking too much for 10 and 10? I don't feel like asking a guy that's going to play 30 minutes at 6'11", asking him to get 10 and 10 is too much. But that to me is what you're looking for. You're looking for a rim protector and somebody who can crash the boards on offense and defense. The offensive part of it, give me an established low post game. That's great. But I need somebody that can protect the rim, and we'll get down and bang with a team like Arizona. And I agree, they need multiple guys. It can't just be one.
The team that Coach Cal won with had the best rim protector I've seen in Anthony Davis. You think of a Marcus Camby at UMass. I'm with you. Give me a big, even Nerlens Noel at Kentucky. Just give me a big that when people come and drive the lane, he can protect the rim, block shots, kind of control the paint area.
At least makes you think twice about going down the lane because he's standing there. Rim protection would be one of those things that I think if you could find a guy that can give you good rim protection, I think you're going to be okay going forward.
Well, think about like Krivos and Owaka tonight, just the havoc that they caused, and Koa Pete to a certain extent. He's more the offensive player for the Wildcats, but yeah, that's always in the back of your head if you're a guard or a wing going to the rim, and I think it definitely played a role in the night. And I mean, Florida, and there's not a lot of teams that can get 2 or 3 of those guys. Michigan's another one, but when you can get them all in one spot, it makes them really tough to beat.
109-88, the final score. Gentlemen, I have enjoyed this. We'll get to do it again during football season and into basketball season next year. It seems like it's going to be so far away, but we'll be talking about this on all of our shows tomorrow, starting at 6 a.m. and running all the way through ours at 6 p.m. Guys, thank you so much. You guys make this so easy for me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right,
you got it, Zach.
Y'all have a good night. It's 1:30 in the morning. This is the latest I've been up in a long time. You have been listening to Hog Reaction on ESPN Arkansas.
You're listening to Hog Reaction. Our exclusive coverage is brought to you by Foster Roofing. Our coverage is also provided by Walk-Ons, Legacy Dental and Rogers, and by Ozark Orthopedics.
Walk-Ons is always a win, especially during tournament time. Whether